take my headphones off for a second. You want to explain to Jimmy what's up?
We're in a well.
We're in a spider cave. Spiders.
We're at the bottom of the well.
We fell in a well.
We were hired to check out why this well ran dry and spiders started coming out of it.
Oh, and there's screaming fungus as well.
Oh, and something else that's been digging.
It's a Tarask.
Well, if it is, then we're just going to throw Tala at it and run.
Yeah, Tarask would be bigger than the town above us.
Yes, it would be.
You inspired something terrible in me, didn't you?
John, I've got to be honest with you. I'm very disappointed with this dungeon you've put together.
I
We're
mean,
down in a well.
But
I'm
we
not
just
seeing a
started.
single stinging skeleton.
I mean, what? Did I inspire that terrible thing in you by reminding you of the Eric video?
Why do you have to be such a piece of shit all the time, Durkin? It barely started and you're already giving John shit.
Skeletons.
I was referencing the skeleton song with the well that he showed. You piece of shit.
Yeah, there was a room full of skeletons back there, wasn't there?
Come on, Durgan. Because
Yeah.
you didn't look hard enough.
I took some bits.
But he wasn't singing about being thrown.
I forget, did we roll for initiative at the end of the night last time?
Oh,
Yep.
Huh?
I didn't think we did.
You didn't.
Alright.
Oh.
Wonderful.
It took me a second to remember that Roll20 had a jukebox.
It's a nice touch. I like it.
Do I come forward to join the rest of the party?
You are forward with the rest of the party.
Really?
Oh, there you are.
Here by Rusty.
No, I just can't see the rest of you jokers.
Do you have dark vision?
No.
Well, there you go.
We are in a cave. Guess like you could. Do you have one? You should. A lot of starting kits start with one. You have the light spell?
Just gotta know how far it is to that big ass ball of fire.
Every square is 10 feet, so.
All right, so we're
About
starting off
60
with the
feet.
spider's turns. Like as flashes of spellfire, like blast out, scorching away web You hear this like skittering sound, like as if the incantations and words of power used to bring the spells to life, alerting what lies beyond the entrance to the chamber. Those of you with dark vision can see the webs begin to like flitter and churn, waving up and down as they're disconnected near the entrance, burned away from the flame. As massive spiders climbing along the walls and ceiling begin to skitter forward. The ceiling is 15 feet up, so these, if they're going to be passing by people, there isn't going to be opportunity attacks.
I guess they're visible now.
So it's going to be up in the air right here. It's going to come around. You're going to see it sort of like crawling along the ceiling. It's going to like take aim, and it's going to shoot at Sky. Sky, do you have dark vision?
Yes.
So the creature like takes aims, like you see it like sort of staring at you. It reels back. You hear this like guttural, almost growling sound as it hawks this like blast of mass through the air at you. It's going to connect with a 22. This like massive like web of sticky mass like slamming into you, dripping to the ground, restraining you in place.
Well, that's gross.
It is gross, and it's oddly warm feeling. It's fresh. Wet.
Fresh from the butt.
I hope you like Japanese entertainment.
Probably I'll just burn it off.
Second one comes forward. It's aiming at Albin. Again, like the same concept. It's going to like spit like a glob of web, but Albin, you're going to be able to dodge out of the way of the strike, just stepping slowly to the side as it plops against the ground.
That's right. Matrix style and heavy armor with a backpack full of food.
That's right.
That's right.
This one's going to step forward, try the same thing with Cassius. And again, a miss. Get it, Albin. We're going to go to Tatala's turn. Despite us having spent their time either moving through the web or taking a position, like aiming through to like try and fire shots through the doorway.
Oh, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? I think I need a better view of it. Let's see. See Albin. Fuck it. I get 3 of these. So let me see here. See the draw show.
Use the mage hand instead. You're terrible at drawing.
you. So wait, each square is what again? 10?
Each square is 10.
Alright, so 10. Can I expand this thing?
What? The mage hand?
Yeah,
I mean, it's pretty big.
I need 30.
You can. Is it a square or a
You
circle?
saw it.
Circle. Okay, that's better. Can I drop it there?
You can't see the spot where you're trying to.
There we
Now
go.
you can. Yes, you
That'll
can.
What did you just cast?
my favorite spell in the world. What else did I cast?
Hmm.
The insult one?
Fairy fire.
Oh, the one that everybody always resists, so it's no point of him ever casting it.
I can cast that for free if I want, which I do.
All right, so they're all going to pass for half damage, which is still 14 damage.
Son of a bitch.
It burns away a bunch of the web.
It will burn away the web. Let me make Carney's dex saving throw, because we included him in the blast.
Wait, where's Carney?
He's this guy
It's the
right
spider
here.
in front.
Oh, I wish I had known that.
I suppose my question is here, John. How long does it take the web to burn?
He's actually the only one that fails and takes the full damage.
God damn.
Damn.
That's why I have to.
Look at that
So,
friendly
Carney,
fire.
you might be wondering why you don't see anything on the map anymore when they show up.
Guess who died?
Again! And I didn't blow you up this time!
I didn't know it was Carney. I swear to God.
Well, we've got 2 team killing F-tards.
It's like we joked about this a lot last week, Durgan. Not last week, week before last.
All right, so it knocks him out of his spider form and has enough left over to deal
All
2
of his life.
damage.
Oh.
All right. Want to end your turn there, Doogie Burgie?
Yeah, I'm good.
You fail to. All right.
It took me forever to realize that that token was for a bunch of tiny spiders. It's like it was hard to make out. I thought it was like a crab or something at first.
All right. So let's see. So next is Sefri's turn.
What's worse, one large spider or thousands of tiny ones?
How poisonous are they?
See, he's got some
Three.
javelins.
What did he just
Range
move
of
up and
30.
smash something? I mean, he's in range.
Of what? Of this guy that's 15 feet up in the air, like I commented, or you?
Can you even see it?
No, actually, you're right. He is blind. So never mind. He'll ready a spear for if he comes in range. So, 5 or 10. $40. So he can get in there and not be in range of the fire. Or no, he can't. Right here. And be in range of the fire. He'll dash. So you could be right here, not too far away, and not the fire. All right. We go to Sky's turn, still restrained by the web held in place.
Alrighty. I'm gonna try and burn the web with the firebolt. It's a disadvantage.
You have disadvantage to fire at something within melee range of you. Well, you know what? It's only if it's a hostile entity. I'll say you don't. Web's not.
I just wondering if the restrained would count too.
The restraint should actually.
Does the web need to make a
Yes.
dexterity saving throw? Does it have little
you-
legs?
You connect with the web. So with that, you like fire at the webbing at your feet, like scorching it with a firebolt. It explodes into flame, like dropping into ashes around you, like lightly singeing at your fur, but otherwise not causing any damage.
Alrighty. I can barely make out a spider down there, so I'm going to. I can't control my flaming sphere.
Oh, I thought that was a bonus action.
It is.
Oh,
Gonna-
on the map.
Gonna move it southwest and try and bump it in that spider. Is it in the air?
All the spiders are up in the air. All the ones that you see. These ones are dangling just above the ground. These ones are only about 5 feet up in the air. Because the web has been burned and it's kind of like drooping downwards. These three.
Alrighty.
So you're just gonna like, are you
It's
gonna
gonna bump it into that one right there.
All right. Do whatever the spell requires you do in that situation.
It's got to make a dexterity save or take almost. Yeah, I rolled real well on that one. It'll probably burn away some more web if it's still there.
It'll take the 2 damage, and it will continue. Well, all the web in this area has been burned away by the fireball.
Okay. Well, at least it'll move the leg.
So I guess these ones will be. I guess they'll just be on the floor now. I guess so. You don't even have to worry about that. So yeah. So all these guys are on the floor now. Quick.
I see no reason to move, so I think that's my turn.
Fair enough. And we'll go to Cassius.
All right. Is there something in combat with? Is that too far away, or is the one above me, or
That one is on the ceiling above you, about 15 feet up.
cannot reach it?
Only if you've got 15-foot long arms.
Or you can jump real high.
And then
I mean,
Cassius
we've
takes off his
never-
mask to reveal he's a bugbear.
And his arms would still be 5 feet too short.
So are any of those spiders in there on the ground?
They are all on the ground now that the web's been blasted away.
All right.
Each
Is
square is 10 feet.
the ball with the fire on it? Is that something painful if I walk into it?
Yes,
If
it's a
you end
giant
your-
ball of fire.
If you end your turn next to it, it will cause
5.
damage to you.
Is fire bad?
10 apparently. 15.
Just if you picture each square as 4 little squares, just it'll help keep yourself in mind.
Did I move too far, or am I good here?
You can't end your turn in its space, but yeah, you're close enough to attack it.
There's that.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, hold Alt and drag yourself around, or Alt and arrow keys if you've forgotten that trick. People
All right.
other than CT who didn't.
Cassius is gonna smash a bug-like creature.
Cassius smash bug.
Do I have disadvantage?
You turned it on, so yes. No, you do not.
So do I hit with the 26 then? This is the first one.
You do hit with a 26. You deal 7 bludgeoning.
I'm
You
gonna
like
use-
you charge up, like catching the spider like unawares, like slightly dazed from its sudden fall, and and scorching, like bring the mace like crunching down like onto its carapace. It
Did I
sort of
kill
like
it?
skitters and like screeches at you in anger.
Okay, I didn't kill it, so I need that.
Right, now, and then it like explodes in like a blast of like radiant fire.
Level of that, so let's see. 3 spell slots remaining for level 1. As an extra action, I'm going. Well, never mind, use a spell. Wait, no, I can use another one. Shit. I'm going to use Shield of Faith.
Shield of Faith.
I believe very strongly you can't hit me.
+2 to your AC, now 22. And we're going to go to Phoenix's turn.
Sorry, bad time to have a mouthful of food.
They all are.
All right, question, John.
Okay.
How long does the fire or the webs burn for?
They exploded like in the incineration, like ash.
Oh, so there's instantly ash. Okay.
Yeah, they have vulnerability to fire damage.
Okie dokie. Let's see if I can find my way up closer to the. Oh, and second question: lighting a torch, action or bonus action?
Action.
Damn.
Surely you can see with all that fire.
You had the light spell?
Also,
I don't have a light spell.
If you're around
Which
the
is-
corner, you should see the fire in the distance.
I can see the fire in the distance. Is that real fire or magic fire?
It is a ball of magical fire.
The fire just does that.
Fire glows on its own.
It just levitates in a sphere above the ground.
And there's spiders around it, so you should be able to see them.
I'm not, because I'm still in the hallway. What I'm assuming is a hallway.
You just walk forward a little bit.
All right, I'm gonna go 5. Okay, I see Loris.
That's racist. That's a different elf. Each square is 10 feet. I repeat.
Nope.
You can move yourself like the little half squares, like, using all
All right, well, that's 30 feet for me.
alternative movement.
What can I see / what can I do?
How much light does the thing put out? 10 feet, and then
Exactly.
just like a torch?
I think. Let me double check.
There we go.
I forget, did you
Probably
like
was-
Oh, thank
Danmachi,
you.
Jimmy?
I like Danmachi, yeah.
Firebolto.
If I couldn't see anymore, I was about to do something real stupid. And can I shoot over Felku without blowing his head off?
Yeah, if anything, you're slightly elevated above him.
Fair enough.
You know, the kobold and the halfling.
Yeah, it's 20 bright, 20 dim.
There we go. It's in there.
All right. So I am going to cast Firebolt, but I'm also going to twin this.
Okay.
So I just want to make sure of my ranges here. Yeah, they're both definitely within 120 feet. All right, so the first Firebolt is going against the one right beside the sphere. How do can someone tell me? Thank you. Yeah, that one.
Click and hold.
Those are my 2 targets.
Go ahead and fire off 2 firebolts. Remove a sorcery point.
Firebolt 1 and Firebolt 2.
Okay, the first will connect. The second, however, will miss. Spider sort of ducking out of the way of the fire, like letting out like a shrill shriek as it does.
Fair enough. 13.
15.
It's just one of those threes that's shaped like a 5.
The first spider you fire at, however, is not as lucky. Catching the firebolt in the face, it lets out like a garbled shriek, which slowly melts away as the creature like collapses to the ground, motionless. And feel free to do the rest of your movement as we will go to Charlie's turn.
I only have 30 feet of movement. I'm not that cruel.
Oh. I just now opened my character sheet and see that they did that automatic character sheet switch. But yeah, the spider that's basically directly above me. Pew pew.
Both will connect. Two devastating bolts explode like chunks of the spider's carapace, like causing this like drizzle of this green slime to sort of pour down from the ceiling. It just barely manages to hold on like to the ceiling, like chittering, like letting out these like pained shrieks. Clearly like letting out some sort of death knell, but otherwise still maintaining its grip.
Okay.
It's tenacious.
There we go. That'll be it for me.
All right, we'll go to Rango's turn. Rango will vicious mockery that spider. See if we can hurt its feelings. No surprise there. The spider has its feelings hurt. And you see like the spider like flinch from like the magically induced pain, taking 5 damage in the process. As we go to Albin's turn.
Okay, let's see. So that's the only spider right here besides the one over there?
Correct.
Has anyone hit this one at all?
Yes.
And I will Toll the Dead it.
All right. It fails its save. Takes 5 damage. It like hisses at it.
Jesus. 2d12s. Jesus. And I'll just move up in front of Philip. And I'm done.
At the end of Albin's turn, we hear this loud, shrieking hiss and heavy, like clattering footsteps now drawn by the sound of battle. As we go over here.
Clattering footsteps. That's not spiders.
That skeleton I said was lacking.
Emboldened by the sound of battle, willing to take a creature by surprise, Sky and Charlie will be the only ones, and Rango, I guess, but he's not here, are going to be the only ones able to see the source of the sound. As you see coming like cresting over the hill, like from above you, back the way you came, you see a large bipedal creature crest over the hill.
It's a thing.
What the fuck? fuck are those Vortigaunt looking pieces of shit?
Someone get Freeman.
Oh, it's those things you found the skeletons from earlier.
Yep.
Brain suckers? Or are they spider people?
Guys, we got company from the back.
As you can hear this loud, like,
Oh, those freaky fucking things. I don't like them.
Oh, great. We're fighting the freaky alien genotype.
all right, so let's see here. So 1, 2, 3. As like in turn, they're all gonna like reel back, sending out this like blast of webbing, much like their more spider-like cousins. Sky and Charlie will manage to dodge out of the way, but Rango, even with a bit of cover from the rock, will be like unlucky. Like you'll see like this blast of web like skid along the edge of the wall, like some of it being ripped apart as it goes, but like ended up blasting him fully in the chest, like splittering down to the ground and connecting him to the floor. So we then go to the giant spider's turns here. This one's gonna like skitter down the wall, like going for the closest target, like trying to do whatever it can, like seemingly like hurt, like almost like crippled, but still with like this almost mindless bloodlust lunging at Felku. Miss. This one will skitter over by Cassius and miss. This one will run over to Sefri and hit him. Yeah, saving throw. And he will pass and only take half damage. These ones are going to dash. This one's going to sit along the wall here. Likewise. This one will climb 10 feet up. As we will now go to Ta'ala's turn.
Well, shit. Wait, these are actually here, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
Take care of what's in front of you. I think I have an idea for these guys.
I have an idea too.
Oh, do you? I forget. Do you have Fireball?
I have something similar.
We didn't re-roll, did we?
No.
Okay.
So you're saying I should just hit this guy?
Do whatever you want.
Yeah, I don't control you. I was just mentioning that I was thinking about using Hypnotic Pattern on these guys.
You can
If I
keep
could
that as
see
an
them, I'd
option.
fireball them.
I don't know. I like fireballing things.
Do something.
I only get 2 more of them.
Durgan, how about you leave it to the people with spell slots?
What? What?
Oh god, he's fireballing.
No, none of that. Yeah, I can't work it anyway. Let's go shoot the spider in front. This isn't someone else I know, right?
Hey, sorry guys, I gotta do something real quick. I'll be back in like 20 or 30 minutes.
We'll see you in an hour and a half.
See you in 2 hours.
You fire off a blast with your crossbow, the bolt going wide, clacking against the stone wall, missing the target.
Oh well.
Why? Why not use the spell that never misses?
Feel free to do your movement. I'm going to do Sesefri's turn because he's just going to try and punch this thing in the face with his axe.
Punching if it's with his axe.
He casts
All right.
Fist.
All
Axe
right.
punch.
John's the DM, after all. Means he's right.
He will hit. He's not raging. So I don't think he'd want to burn a rage here because he didn't rage last time. Or did he? Because he's missing a rage.
I don't remember.
He's missing his action surge too. So what's more likely? They just
He
refuse
probably
to put
didn't.
something on his
He
sheet?
probably didn't reset it.
Or he's getting a free rage and a free action surge right now. But whatever. Yeah, so it's a regular hit rate. He manages to cleave off two of the spider's arm. It sort of tumbles forward, unbalanced, but manages to pull itself up, sort of shaking as it does, as he maintains his position in melee. As we go to Sky's turn.
Alrighty.
Now,
Yeah, I think I can hit all of them.
Now, right here is a change in elevation where the floor goes flat, so you can't actually see past that point.
That's fine. I'll just hit whatever I can. It might miss the spider that's 10 feet in the air, but should hit everything else.
Yeah, it should. I think it has some sort of height to it.
It's 5 by 5, I think.
Okay, so we'll miss that guy. Yeah, it should hit all these guys. All right, so let's see here. Closest effort sheet. Open the spider sheet. Dexterity saving throw. All right, so the spiders will pass and take half damage. Only 18 damage. All right, so 2 spiders, roll 4 that are the ones up in the air, and then the bug guys, dexterity. All right, and they will also pass. Only 18 damage.
Ah, well. That's still 18 damage.
Color me surprised. All right.
Down with his cheating dice on.
Do you want to end your turn there, or do you want to?
No, I still have. Let's see. I could just. Yeah, I think I'm just going to risk the opportunity attacks and just get out from the front line back here.
Okay. You will actually take 2 opportunity attacks. As you go.
I'll blow a shield. So my AC is 20 for this.
Okay, so you will be fine.
What works is it's 20 till the start of my next turn, right?
It is until the start of your next turn.
All right. I'm just gonna stay here.
All right, we will go to Cassius's turn.
There's still a spider right in front of me that's alive?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
There is?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna swing at it twice.
All right, roll the first swing.
I guess I could inform
Miss.
people that there are very many bugs back there.
Roll
Roll
the second
D100.
swing.
Oh.
You miss again.
Oh. Oh.
Jesus Christ.
2 nat ones.
You want to do
Cassius Butterfingers Thurgood.
Do you want me to roll twice to the D100 table?
anything else with your turn?
Nope.
All right, we'll jump then to Phoenix's turn.
Okay.
Is his last name right?
It's
But you
too
still
bad
can't
Gibby
see
is
this
not on
stuff.
fire.
Be right back.
Good for your Rango.
Trying to figure out what to do because I don't know where these other guys are. I don't really want to be close to them.
Yeah, all you hear is like chittering sounds and you see like a flash of lightning like explode up the hallway, like a brief flash, like revealing that there were like giant, like multi-legged creatures and like glittering fangs and teeth in the darkness.
All right, to hell with this. Mantle of Flame.
All right, you have to link it because I don't know what it does.
Something stupid's about to happen.
All right, so let's see here. So you shed bright light for 30 feet and dim light for 30 feet. 60, 30.
Wait a minute. I just realized what these fucking dudes are. Shit.
Here we go.
Spiders.
I mean the Hunchback Vortigern thing.
I think they're some kind of spider people from what Iltis is saying.
Oh, they're far worse than what I think they are.
Guys, he did a reverse Google image search.
All right.
Watch a video about it.
All right, there you go.
I'm not
That
going
was
to
your
move.
bonus action.
I'm not going to move right now, at least. I'm going to cast.
It's a spell.
I'm going to cast
Fireball?
Fireball here.
Yeah, 1 second. You see that mage hand
Right there.
right there?
Make sure the range is not overlapping us.
Yeah, you can set
It's
an aura
not.
on it.
All right, there you go.
Ooh.
So move that shit back.
Move it back a little bit.
You're gonna have to move a little bit to be able to see. There you go. All right, let's see here. I go ahead and roll the fireball.
I'm casting it at level 3.
That's its level.
All right, so the spiders are going to fail, so they're going to explode.
Yeah, and we also need to add my charisma modifier.
Not add anything.
I think
Then
you're adding anything for those spiders.
I don't think you need to add anything at 36 damage.
they're also going to fail.
They're taking 4.
No, they're dead. Not that shit.
I just realized that's a max roll for a fireball.
That's pretty beautiful. I like it.
It's not a match roll for
Good, high
fireball.
five! Oh god, I'm on fire!
86.
Oh, I thought it was 66 for some reason.
8d6 is what? 48 damage maximum? Oh my god. Luckily you die for one swing from anybody, so I guess no worry about you going rogue.
All right, so let's see. So those guys over there explode in that hallway. Brief puff of light, and they fall over. Do you want to move?
This is like
or
a mini
anything?
mushroom cloud going off in there.
No, I'm gonna post up where I am.
I think I like the metal man now.
All right. And then Charlie's turn.
Oh yeah, I was waiting to ask till my turn, but seeing the spider guys, like, do I recognize them now that I see them in the flesh? Like, I mean, what they are, like if I had read about them or something.
Why don't we ask our spider expert?
I'm not a spider expert.
I mean, if you want, I can roll my research so we can try to figure out where they came from for like who we'd have to ask.
After we kill the rest of them.
Yeah, anyway, I guess actions for now. That spider to the south of me.
Felku knows what they are.
I think I can only see the one living spider right now, so.
Well, he's
Chances
good,
are-
despite having not actually seen what he knows what they are.
Oh yeah, but he's the only person. And I guess I don't know. To all it pretends he's friends with druids. I guess he would know. Yeah, this one dies on the first hit, Charlie.
Okay, just scrolling around to make sure I don't see any others.
Yeah, he had 1 point to health.
Okay, well, that's it for me.
All right. Go to Rango. He's going to attack the weapon holding him in place. Yeah, that's enough. Yeah, so he cuts the webbing away. To move forward. Go to Albin's turn. Toll the dead, that guy. Control 20 feels like loading a sheet. There we go. Same rolls last time. Good job, Albin. Let's see. If the spider fails, it dies. If it fails, it dies. Or whip. And that is all the enemies in the room. You guys did it.
Yay!
2 fireballs. Makes life a lot better.
And a
So,
lightning bolt with a perfectly lined up row of enemies.
That too. So,
Trying to think of the times you've whipped this out, Iltis, and the only time I can really remember is when we were doing Death House and I one-shot the armor.
I was kind of hoping, like, flashing like red and blue and yellow lights would appear on the screen, but alas.
This is the best I can do. What layer is this spider on that I can't grab it? I banished him to the map layer, poor guy.
The Shadow Realm.
I can still see him.
Do, 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 do.
That's a song's gonna play to finish you guys' experience.
So we tactically nuked that hallway.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah, I was
So,
pretty happy to see
what were the
everything
other
lined
guys?
up.
There we go.
Love Carney's explanation.
This one for Thor's.
All right, how many of you guys are there? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9.
There's only 4 of us. Yeah, that's right.
There, that should light up through.
Someone give me an animal handling check with inspiration, because Albin gets 1. Or survival, your choice. Whoever rolls it. One person call it
He's
out.
kind of bad at animal handling.
I have 2 for both.
The animal handling. I have 2, and then nature, I have -1. So not me.
Nature wasn't a part of this.
Was it survival?
Yeah.
Oh. Survival, I have 2.
Just
No.
my roll.
I am rolling. What do I add to it? D4? D8?
Yeah.
D4 D8?
D4.
10. Wow. As Bang would say.
You loot 5 Akir bits somehow.
Ah! I don't think Cassius is ready for a cure evasion.
Cassius receives an entire set of Black Empire gear.
Okay, maybe I am ready now then.
Which is the equivalent of Cassius has received an entire suit of cursed items.
Does it make me harder to kill? Yes. Put it on.
It also makes you sweat mayonnaise.
Your shield is now cursed. You cannot remove it, and you gain like resistance to ranged attacks. But all ranged attacks with on targets within 10 feet of you are now on you.
Carney and Felku and Tala recognize these as ettercaps.
Ah.
And also, you can no longer physically harm Drow.
No! Hey, hey, Phoenix. I hear Drow. They secrete an oily-like substance that makes them more flammable due to their black skin.
You're Canadian. Shut the hell up about oil.
Must
You're right. They
not
don't have any of
touch.
that there.
So, I would recognize what an ettercap is. I thought they were a surface thing.
They are, but they have to do with druids, and you've mentioned before that you're friends with druids.
He mentioned he's friends with everybody. He's full of shit.
The
Oh.
Order has lots of druids.
Should I change the black claws in my inventory to ettercap talons then?
Yep.
373.
Alright, I should have gotten everyone who's AFK. And you get a little pile of loot. You spend with that roll, you spend about 15 minutes scavenging through the bodies, the knife in hand.
Oh, well, my fireball's gone then.
Can I have the handfuls of web?
For lay people, eder caps are what you get when druids get really, really evil.
Really, really what?
Corrupt, evil.
Let's split the web, Jimmy, because it's a ingredient for. It's a material component for a spell.
Yep, one of mine too. So I'll split the web with you.
You might get it someday.
I'll let someone else take the loot because it's just, well, I mean, I won't take any of it because I think I'm at my carrying capacity.
Now all I gotta do is light a torch.
It doesn't look like you're there yet.
Maybe I just forgot how carrying capacity works. Fuck it. I'll take the venom gland.
Split up Auburn with everything nobody wants.
Yeah, you're only at 54 pounds.
Yeah, if I can carry 50 pounds, you can definitely carry 54 pounds.
Yeah, your strength score doesn't exactly inspire poems, but
Or did you remember to reset it? I had forgotten until just now.
grab that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it wasn't impressive before, but there you go.
Now I'm on par with a regular spellcaster's strength.
You're almost a regular person.
So what kind of room we find ourselves in?
Big one. Let me
You
fix
find
all
yourselves
this.
in a room.
John, can I light a torch?
Yeah.
I want to do it with the tinder box, so it's a regular flame.
I think the flames you make with your touch are also regular flames.
They're magical.
You know what? I could light it for you if you like.
No, I want it normal.
It's normal. I'm just making a spark.
Non-magical.
Yeah, it looks like your strength was also nothing too impressive, Sky. But it should
Yeah,
is back to
I'm aware.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, it looks like Sky's got lower, and I was like, oh, wait, now it's fixed.
Yeah.
Wow, how embarrassing.
Look, I gotta put
Meow.
it somewhere.
Let's see. As you step forward into the room as a whole, and as I put a torch on Phoenix over here.
So it's a normal flame?
Yeah.
Great. Can you make it twice as bright? I'm using control flames on it.
Yeah, sure.
Drow turns into a pile of dust. Everybody's sad for half a second, and we continue on with their lives.
You enter into a large stone chamber, your footsteps now echoing into the void left behind by the scorching flames. You see marks of fire scattered along the walls, scorch marks from the spells and from the burning webs. But otherwise, the chamber seems empty. The stone, though scorched, seems bare of any waste. It seems the spiders made careful use of the pit that you had visited before. carefully discarding the carcasses to keep their, or what was once their nest, clean. You sit and take in the sounds around you. And you can hear off to the southwest the sound of water running.
Yeah, I also see what looks like stonework.
Where's the oh,
Over here.
stone?
Well, I mean, we are here to find out why this well ran dry, so the water seems to be a good indicator of where to go.
Yeah.
I guess it's just because of the way it runs along the grid that makes it look like bricks.
Does anybody else have any ideas?
I vote water.
Not at the moment.
Oh, let's
But I
go
also
explore
vote
that way.
people go.
I'm not loaded for anybody else, just gray squares.
What's that green shit?
I think that's more of that slime from earlier.
Gross.
Do we burn it?
As you step forward, the ground gets a light glistening, almost like shimmering look to it, slightly mossy and damp.
Well, nothing for it. Squelch, squelch.
We'll follow along behind Cassius.
Oh my god, it's growing.
Let me know if I need to stop, John.
Where is everyone else? Bring Albin forward and whatnot.
Let's move a little slower so everybody has time to move up to catch up.
Let's remember to come back because there was a little path to the southeast.
Yeah, we have objectives and stuff.
As you press forward, deeper up the hall, the sound of running water grows loud and loud. The pathway slowly descending down. As you slowly crest over the edge of the room, you see a slow dip leading downwards. And you see what seems to be a 5-foot wide stream, or almost like rapids, flowing by rapidly, cutting the room in half. The chamber seems to be partially hollowed out, the ceiling low, and the divide in the room seeming old, natural. Go ahead and give me a nature check, Cassius.
Alright. I do it with a belly rub or no?
Once every other RP moment. I don't want Thor's going on about it all the time.
I could also do nature.
It's a room.
Yeah, you can do it too. Or so you can go ahead and roll it too. You're there.
Fuck it. Let's go.
Goes it to GM or what?
All right. Now Narissa can roll nature as well. You can roll it open.
Okay. Still at disadvantage on.
Something about the water seems a little strange, Sky. You're not really sure what until, even though he's just like sort of staring at it, Cassius manages to point something out, which clicks in your mind. The floor is damp. The water is flowing by hurriedly. Like I said, whitewater rapids. But you don't see it splashing anywhere.
That is weird.
I forget, is it flowing by or flowing down?
It is flowing by. It is
Falco, this water's weird.
Which direction is the water flowing? Is it flowing left or
North.
right? North?
Yeah, right. Yeah, Felku walks up. Oh, yeah, that's weird water.
His wife.
Not. Got it. You step forward, Sky, sort of shimmying down the rocks. Smooth and slick, but not really much of an issue for you. The rocks are still wet, slightly damp, but as you get close, like the roar of the water flowing by, almost all that you can hear, you realize that Cassius was correct. You don't feel any water splashing against you. You don't feel any mist or fog that you would expect from a stream passing by so quickly, so violently.
I wonder what could cause that. Doesn't seem natural.
Maybe the water is being drained.
Maybe some madman went through with that plan to flood the Underdark.
Ooh. Well, I think Cassius has a really good idea. Does this look like the stream used to be taller, like deeper?
The stream itself now is only about 5 feet wide, but you can see that the divide in the ground is much wider. The rock carved away by water flowing through over perhaps thousands of years. You watch as Ta'ala steps forward, missing a step, skittering down much faster, as in a straight collision course with the flowing stream.
Can I try and grab him?
Just as he's about to hit the water, he stops, standing, almost levitating, several inches above the surface.
There's a barrier.
Can I tap it with my foot?
You're tapping it with your whole body right now.
Stunned for a moment, but grateful to not be being viciously bashed against stone walls carried into a subterranean underwater tunnel. Ta'ala tests his luck a little, tapping his foot against the ground. It does seem to be a hardened surface. Something you can only imagine is magical in nature. That seems to almost be capping the water flow.
Magic, I can do that.
Yeah. Let me scoop back.
I rolled to hit the barrier with my hammer. He's still on it.
I mean, he skitters his way up afterwards, but you can hit the barrier if you'd like.
All right, I'll hit the barrier with my hammer.
Let
You
me-
want me to roll?
Okay, Gimli.
Let me get out of here.
Yep. Whoop, whoop.
No, this happens as Ta'ala's climbing up. Let's not all be cowards at the same time. As Ta'ala climbs his way up, Cassius reaches down, skidding down the wall. He brings his warhammer up high, but fumbles at the last moment, slipping backwards, being it cracking down against the surface. You hear a loud clang, and you see a faint shimmer on the impact. But otherwise, nothing seems to happen.
If you'll give me a second, I can cast a detect magic ritual. Well, okay, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Fun.
I'm gonna go up the hill.
And I can try and see what's going on here.
Sounds good to me.
Oh man, here I was thinking we were just gonna get Carney or Felku to cast Dispel Magic on it.
Oh, yes, I can dispel magic.
Does it?
Oh god, no. Begin running out of this place.
It's actually said to explode.
Here,
Actually,
let me.
yes.
This place is gonna flood.
Yeah.
Let me. Sky has a passive intellect high enough to know that you guys are in a well and that this is capping the water.
Yes, it seems my intellect is in fact higher than 4.
Yes, technically, you would be flooding the underground with a drow in it. So, penultimate mission accomplished.
Do
Dreams
it.
do come true.
Leave the Underdark to die underground.
So Felku like reaches forward, snaps his fingers. The magical barrier fades away. Water explodes out about 1,000 tons a minute.
Let's leave now.
Everyone is viciously battered against the walls, broken into 1,000 pieces. You all die.
Hurts to laugh. Okay, maybe we don't do the dispel magic thing then.
I mean, at least if it drowns me, I don't have to breathe, so I'm good.
You're gonna rust real
do.
fucking quick.
I do my detect magic bullshit.
Cassius starts to leave.
Yeah. Let me roll for being roll the damage for being smashed up against the rocks. You died.
At least he didn't have to worry about suffocating from drowning and stuff.
Yeah, at least none of us did. If that were all, it killed all of us.
Drowning's a pretty horrible way to die.
I don't breathe. It's literally just the rock damage that would get me.
Thanks.
So what you get the sense of, Sky, is an almost solid block of evocation magic that seems to have been capped and laced over this stream. You can sense it stretching out for almost like to the edge, not even almost to the edge of your senses in either direction, both where the water is coming from and where it is going.
Yeah, they were thorough. I don't suppose I can determine the source.
You can also naturally get a sense of the massive undertaking something like this would have taken. As even just from where you're standing, you can feel the rumble of the water churning through this area.
He really hates this village.
Alright, so we go find him and kill him.
Wait, I have an idea.
Was I able to determine what direction the source was?
The water is flowing to the
I meant the magic.
northeast. Oh, I'm sorry. No, you sense that you can sense the spell work here, but what's the range of detect magic?
I have no idea.
So Sky was-
you can sense the spell in effect, but other than the magical items that you and the rest of your group carries, you don't sense anything else.
So Sky, what's the barrier for?
Well, you see, the barrier is keeping the water from killing us all.
What if we all left and had Felku turn off the barrier and he turned into a fish?
Falky can't turn into a fish, I don't think.
Fish still get killed when you smash them against walls.
He turns into a 1 health goldfish, then takes 449 bludgeoning damage and dies.
Can you play the music at least when that happens?
Nah, it wasn't funny enough.
Yeah, come on. We already tried to kill his character while he wasn't here.
Durgan.
It was a mistake. Jesus.
I can put this back on for you.
Remember, he gets upset when everybody just mistakes drow for one drow for another drow. But ooh, mistake one spider for another spider. He's like, oh, it's just a mistake. Don't take it so serious.
I guess we can keep exploring this place.
Spider.
John?
Oh, hey, wait. I have a question, too.
Give me first.
Would I be able to find out from you where we would have to go to ask it with my researcher? Who we'd have to ask to find out who might have cast this?
researcher isn't going to cover like this. This is all new information.
Okay.
Let's double back.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah,
But
there's
you feel as if something was stopping the water from flowing in order to drain the caves. And there must be something in them that they were looking for.
Let's check the other passage.
What I was going to ask is, does this water seem to be draining in the direction of that room we visited earlier, that we noped out of?
well, I mean, there's that path to the southeast, but yeah, it is flowing in that direction.
It's flowing in that general direction.
Might be worth checking that room too.
Not a direct intersection.
Is that the stinky room?
And there was no water in that room either.
Well, I guess we can also check that southeast passage.
Yeah, like your position where you are. So this water is flowing to the northeast. I think at least one of you has the Outlander ability to have to map out areas. That room you're in would have been to the northwest.
Okie doke. Well, I guess we could go explore that other passage.
All right, as you guys turn around, Felku can't overcome his kobold urges and dispels the magic.
I guess we could very quickly leave this place.
Hey, just think, if we dispel it, quest complete.
But what if there's another big evil guy in here and he has something valuable?
Then he probably dies too.
Kill him and take his. Plus, enter caps are disgusting. They should be wiped out.
Alright, so we're going to go down this other passage.
Look, I really don't think a drow should be saying other things are disgusting and should be wiped out.
Bitch, I'm beautiful.
Let's take a vote. Who thinks Ta'ala is beautiful? Anybody? Anybody.
It's all.
Yeah, says the freak that wears a mask. You probably look like the Phantom of the fucking Opera.
We've seen him several times. He's taken his mask off.
Speaking as a robot, you're all ugly.
Robot now. That's news.
I'm a warforged, you goddamn moron.
Yeah, he literally
Okay.
clanks when he walks, you stupid person.
As you press forward, Cassius, you find yourself once again looking down a gently flowing or a gently sloping pathway. The light of the torch behind you, although however casting your shadow long against the ground, reveals another large chamber in front of you. And as you press forward, the light to your back, you find that it seems to grow larger and larger and larger as you go.
And then a note floats down saying, fondest regards, Rissel, and the spell of dispel.
You enter into this chamber proper. The ceiling seems to balloon out above you, disappearing into the darkness beyond. You're just tall. You would only just be able to see the outline of stone dangling down to the bright light that shines out huge. It'll be huge. But something strange you noticed. It's that compared to the rough floors and uneven grounds that you've been stepping on, something has clearly improved the stonework in this room. The stone has been worked smooth, almost to what could have been at one time have been a polished shine, but now lies pitted and ripped and sort of grounded out by the water that once filled this chamber.
Maybe this once was a dwarf town, or somebody else.
It's gotta make a history check to see if.
Wait, Albin's guy to pass it.
Yeah, Albin's good at history with stonework.
Let's see here.
I was gonna see if you can recognize what kind of stonework, like the style. He's got that double thing for stonework.
Yeah, no, I know. So he's proficient, so he'd have a +0. And double proficient, so he'd have a +3. So he rolled 10 plus the 3 from his belly rub for 13. There's not much he can tell about the stonework, he says. A lot of it's been eroded away, washed away by the waters. But he doesn't recognize it as dwarven work. He says it's not the way his people would have done it. He can't tell what exactly it was, or how it was once put together, or what the initial intent was. But he knows that dwarven work would have been handled differently. He can tell, like, even though the smoothing has clearly lasted through time, it's smooth in places and at angles that dwarven craftsmen wouldn't have done.
Well, I'm sure we'll find out later.
Yeah, maybe it was some wizard shit. They have stone shaping magic.
We'll just have to see what kind of undead we find.
So you step through into like the main chamber now. And again, it branches off into two directions. One to the south and one to the northwest.
Maybe we should check out the northwest first to see if there's any more clues. Should go along the same line as the river, right?
I mean, one way is as good as any.
As you press forward, up towards the northwest, Cassius, you find, after climbing up for a bit of a distance here, with this, you find something that's truly out of place. What seems to be a large shawl placed in the entranceway, almost act as a cloth door.
Oh, there's a wet place in front of it?
Shawl, a big cloth door.
Reach out to touch it. Why are you freaking squishy people getting so close?
Would you like me to set it on fire?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna pull the shawl out of the way.
All right, let's see.
Trigger all the traps.
You pull the shawl out of the way. Let me see.
I close the shawl.
Revealing the chamber beyond. From what you see immediately are three somewhat dazed-looking humanoids. They're dressed almost like commoners. They wear heavy cloth clothing. And several of them bear common axes, as if you'd see with a woodsmith or a lumberjack. They stand at attention, almost dazed, staring at nothing, but looking forward. Their attention doesn't shift to you as you open the shawl. What you see around them, though, is what perhaps catches your eyes the most. Two of them stand in front of, and one of them stands in the center of, a massive, intricately carved stone arch that has been methodically carved into the visage of two massive spiders, reaching up and entwining their legs to form the arc at the top.
I slowly turn my head till I can see Tala.
Sorry, what?
This is your fault.
You opened the shaw.
Fireball?
They don't seem to be doing anything.
They're statues.
No, the people. They just seem to be standing there.
Alright, make sure you guys are within range of any of your spells. I'm about to step into the room.
Hold up.
I'm always
hold
in
up,
range.
Hold up. So, other people have dark vision, right? Yes, okay. No one else sees the freaky thing to the far left.
No.
No.
I see the big black spider in the middle.
This thing.
Nope.
No.
Yes.
No.
No one sees that. Oh. There's a freaky thing on the other side of the room. I don't.
Freaky pool of water.
Super freaky.
Imagine a spider, except it's a spider person with what looks like
Right? I'm
bent
stepping in the
Like
knees
all
room.
the
and it's
spider people we
12
just
feet.
fought.
Hang on. Can I throw the torch in there?
That won't help me. That'll actually hinder my vision.
Yeah, how do you see shit? He turned the torch up brighter.
Now I can't see anything. What just
You
happened?
just moved yourself. You moved yourself into a wall. I can't see anything from this wall.
What the hell? Why is this wall? Why does everything look so gray? So stone-like. It's strange.
I'm gonna
Why can't I
finish
see
that
through
for now.
walls? This is bullshit.
This game's dumb. I should be able to see through walls.
I'm just saying that there's something on the other side of the room that doesn't look friendly.
A spider person. You mean a drider?
It looks like it's 20 fucking feet tall.
Can I yeet the
That
torch
sounds
in there so
unpleasant.
we can see?
Do you know why that might be, Durgan? You
Why
think it
is
might?
that?
You think it might be like the two giant spider statues that are right in front of us?
I'm sure it actually has hypnotized these people and it's something we need to smash.
Alright, so I sit in the room. And that's it.
Gotta look here and see what happens.
You step into the room, and the first figure standing there in a daze, its attention instantly snaps, turning to stare at you. Almost in a flash, it steps forward, drawing a quarterstaff from its side, lunging forward faster almost than you can react. Oh, how long does your shield spell last? Concentration usually up to like 10 minutes, right?
Do you look? It's probably faded by now, though, hasn't it?
Probably.
Yeah, I did that ritual.
Did the ritual, and it took 15 minutes to loot through the bodies.
Yep, up to 10 minutes.
Like charges forward, bringing its quarterstaff to bear. Like it's clearly a quarterstaff. It's like a broken off like pommel of a large axe, and like brings it forward. You manage to duck out of the way of the first attack. It sort of like clatters against your shoulder harmlessly, but the second attack, like as it sort of moves it into a blow, like it's punches it forward into your chest plate.
Are we keeping the same initiative order, or are we re-rolling?
Like you feel like this impact to like your like abs that almost like you could feel like the brunt of it even through your armor. And they seem to like move the attack, like clacking it again, like slamming it against the your hand.
We got monks.
Spider monks.
And I need you to make a strength saving throw. It like smashes the pommel of the quote unquote quarterstaff against your hand, almost knocking the weapon free from your grasp. But you manage to like grit your teeth, holding on to it as you watch as they sort of like turn, like staring at you, gritting their teeth, and like again like begin the attack again. Like two more quick like flashes, almost instantaneously against you.
Yeah, try not to kill them. I think I got a thing for this.
No promises.
And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Bad thing.
As Cassius begins to be pummeled, the blows like landing, crushing against his armor, we jump to Ta'ala's turn, the first to react to what is happening. I'll say Sisefri was a little bit closer. Delvin, too. There we go.
Do I have the range for this?
You're only 10 feet away, so maybe.
No, I mean this. 60 feet, and each square is 10. Not quite. Shit.
There's your 20-foot cube.
Let's see. Okay, hold on. Where'd it go?
You weren't saying, you just kept like pointing further away. I don't know.
He had to make a wisdom saving throw when he walked in the room, right?
No.
No, those guys hit it.
Am I in range? This, fucking. Snap. Check.
Right there?
I would. No, I want it farther back. I'm going to need to move closer.
You draw it.
There.
All right, draw your square.
Everyone else? Oops. There.
All right.
We're supposed to roll initiative. So I missed that.
Let's see.
Durgan just happened to roll like exactly the same.
No, I just kept the same initiative.
Oh, because I saw an initiative roll from him that was the same as what he had.
So,
Yes.
oh, did you do that?
Screw it. I'm going to take the risk and just back the fuck off.
All right, let me see. So everything over here glows 10-foot radius. Dim light. All right, so let's see here. So you procced an opportunity attack.
Yep.
From this guy over here. This is the one with an X. But he will miss. Like the axe comes like crashing down against the ground as you step away.
Oh, hallelujah. Wait, hold on. I need to recount. 5,
We go to Sisefri.
15. Okay, so no, moving right back. I used all my movement to get back. Okay.
There we go. He can get in range. So you watch Cassius, like you hear like this like loud stomping. Sisefri comes up like shouting out as he brings his battle axe, like swinging it towards the figure in front of him. Great sword. Ooh, big ol' hit. he like brings it like crashing into the figure's side, and you see it like cut into their armor, clearly like dipping like clean into the flesh, maybe even shattering a rib from the brunt of the impact. But you watch as the figure doesn't even seem to react, just sort of like staring at you, like very focused, pointedly.
Could it be drugged?
And we're going to go to this one's turn. This one's going to come charging forward. This is the one with the axe. Battle axe. Like wielding it in two hands. What is Sephri's armor? 18. Just going to just barely miss. Two-handed. Second attack again, miss. As it will end its turn there, and we will go to Sky's move.
Okay. Launch a firebolt at the one directly to Sky's left.
Oh, here, 1 second. This isn't giving off life for everybody. There we go.
Got a miss. Got a backpack out of the room. Turn done.
All right. Cassius, now we will go to your turn, like bearing the brunt of the impact of this one in front of you.
Just close my sheet.
I thought you would say, I closed my eyes.
Just accept it.
Accept that.
I'm going to
No
swing
place
my.
like home. There's no place.
I'm going to swing my hammer at this guy in front of me.
You swing your hammer, like bringing it swinging towards the target, but they'll sort of duck beneath this attack. And prompted by your miss, they'll swing their quarterstaff like back at you, like using your like miss to take a strike against you.
Oh, they're monks.
A vicious cracking sound will like echo, like this like a ringing sound as it like brings this crushing blow cracking against the side of your head. And then like brings it like swinging down like against your hand, like in the same motion there. And I need you to make another strength saving throw. This time, like the brunt of the attack, like being a little bit more, like bring it cracking down against the top of your hand, knocking your warhammer out of your hands.
All
Okay, you
right.
can just pull out a backup weapon.
Technically, you can just pick it up too. It's just like a minor thing, but
Probably heal him.
so you can just pick up the warhammer, and we can just count that second swing as like the follow up to it.
Okay, pick up my warhammer.
So you like reach down, like ears ringing from the strike, grabbing the warhammer, but swinging again too wide, like your attack missing, but this time not receiving a strike in retaliation.
You're not looking that great.
You can feel like just from like the brunt of the impact that although they look like normal, common people, something is clearly giving them strength, some sort of power beyond what you'd expect from someone. And like you can almost see like their muscles, you can almost see them like bulging, tearing beneath their flesh. Did you want to end your turn there? Or?
Yep.
All
Wait,
right.
no, I'm going to bonus action armor back onto me.
Okay. Good. And with that, now we will go to Phoenix's turn.
You're up, Bird Box.
All right. Yeah, I'm happy where I'm standing, so we'll go with that. But
You burn them?
So I'm just trying to decide what I'm going to throw.
Fire?
Oh, it's definitely going to be fire. It's just what fire?
More?
All right. I'm going to go ahead and twin firebolt. I'm going to.
All right, I take it on these
Two I can see. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. First firebolt into the closest guy.
23 will connect the fire, like slamming into the opponent, like directly in front of you, scorching along their just like common clothing. Ooh, big old hit. You see, like they go like reeling, almost like toppling over to the side as like the fire like scorches over them, and you can actually see is like they sort of like in a daze. So you see them sort of like shaking their head, the quarterstaff like falling out of their hands. You can go ahead and roll for the second one. Big one.
Oh,
Unfortunate for them.
Yeah, there. Some
I
fun.
hit.
Does a 27
I
hit?
only almost rolled a 30. Does that hit? You have to tell me. This is where you would roll the damage. Like you send like a blast of fire, like the incantation, like almost perfection. The words of power echoing out of your mouth as you send a blast of fire, scorching across the hall. It slams into the creature, like straight into their face, blinding them temporarily, like their eyes sort of like ducking down from the blunt of the attack. From the brunt of the attack, but you see them like shift, like back up, like shrugging it off, much like the first one had shrugged off most of the blows. Still stuck in whatever trance they were in. Do you want to end your turn there?
Yep.
All right, with that, we'll go to Charlie's turn. Staying just a little bit at the back.
Okay. Okay. I was moving forward to see if I could see the one that moved up and hit Rusty, but doesn't look
No, it's on the other side. It's to his top right.
Yeah, okay, so I guess he's not going to be included in this. Let's see me using the fucking draw shape tool for the first time ever.
Hooray.
the other guy, that guy's dead, right? Oh, he threw it at someone else.
This one, when it took the brunt of the attack, it started like shaking its head. They started shaking their head, like drop the quarterstaff to the ground, like looking around, like almost like confused, like dazed from the strike.
You don't think they're in their right minds?
So let's see here. So they each have to do a wisdom saving throw.
For 15.
So I'll do the closest one. Second one. You said 15?
Yeah.
All right, so this one passes, 21. This one fails with a 12.
We want to try and take these guys down non-lethally if we can, because I don't think they're in their right mind.
Yeah, that's what the hypnotic pattern was for.
You can go ahead and end your turn wherever you want.
I'll move back just a little bit.
Ringo will 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Up and healing word on Cassius. You know, let's up that up a little bit. So third level. I'll go ahead and add that for you. And it seems that Rango has not used any spells, even though I'm pretty sure he's used at least one. Good to see that runs in the family.
I actually don't think he's used anything above a cantrip. I know he's used Vicious Mockery a few times since we came in here.
Then we go to this one that's maintained, that's stuck by the spell. We go to Albin. Run in here. He's gonna see that one like dazed, like its weapon dropped. He's gonna go up to the one that was attacking Sifri. He's going to swing his battle axe. But the attack's going to go wide. Like the target does, sort of using it, like parrying it off to the side, like clacking it away with their own axe. And due to the miss, making a retaliatory strike. This was the one with the axe. That will miss. Okay. And then we're going to go to this, back to the top of the initiative order here. So this is the one that was like stuck in a daze. Like they're gonna like the weapon like clattering to the ground. They're gonna look up, like confused and scared. They're gonna like stare up at Cassius and sort of like look around, like seeing like the roars of battle around them. Somebody unconscious behind them, like sort of standing like in a daze. They're gonna like look up at Cassius and sort of like try and like back away, like hands like up against their chest, like looking horrified, like sort of like stepping away, backing up against the statue. As they do. Go to Allah's turn.
It's yelling a free action. I can't say much in 6 seconds. Fuck it.
What? Oh. Yeah, you can talk. Go ahead.
Fuck it. Do a different kind. This one.
No,
All right.
you dipshit.
Oops. See,
Is this why I didn't want to take the sleep spell?
Yeah, he was. Son of a bitch.
Let's see here. So all it has to do, let's see if it fails. It's wisdom save. It will pass.
Yeah, well, thanks either way. He's broken out of hypnotic pattern.
No, it's not.
Let's go here.
Says the spell ends for an affected creature if it takes any damage or if anyone else uses its action to shake them out of it.
Vicious Mockery doesn't do damage if they pass.
Oh, I thought it was one of the half damage ones.
All or nothing. We're going to go to Sefri, who's going to come to bear against this one who was attacking him. And Greatsword. And a hit. And big old damage. But still, this one doesn't seem like shaken, like out of its stupor. If anything, like it does, it's like seems like still lost, like dazed, battle axe in hand. As we go to its turn, and back to its sheet, and let's see. So one, so it's going to make two attacks, like swinging in these like still like carefully like planned strikes, trying to like bring the axe to bear against the people in front of him. 1, 2, Sefri, 1, 2, Albin. It's going to catch Sefri. And you're gonna see like it's gonna like strain, like you're gonna hear this like grunt of effort. You're gonna see that its muscles begin to like tear, these bruises spreading over the person's arms as they like make two more strikes, like lunging forward. But they remain silent, not making any sound as they attack. Again, catching Sefri.
I think you know how these guys must feel. Except they don't want to just walk in a circle, Nerissa.
As we now go to Sky's turn once again.
For a little bit.
So this one's cowering. This one is just standing there and like unconscious, and this one is just sort of like blank and mute, striking at Sefri and Elvin.
Okay. Don't want to hurt him. You have to try and use melee attacks.
Yeah, I forget if you can go for non-lethal with spells.
I don't think you can.
Yeah, ranged attacks cannot be non-lethal. You step forward, rapier drawn, like swinging it, like bringing it to bear against the creature, the target, the humanoid. I don't know how to say. I talk to about monsters so much I don't even know how to refer to people. You bring your weapon strike like to bear against the completely normal guy, lost in like some sort of confused daze, battle axe still in hand. You bring the strike forward, but it seems to like effortlessly parry the blow to the side, and in response, prompted by your by the strike missing, it brings the battle axe like high overhead, trying to bring it crashing down onto you.
Time to shield again.
You bring your shield like flashing to life, flickering before you just as the battle axe hits. 20 to hit. It comes crashing down through the shield and embeds itself deep into your shoulder.
Ouch.
Do you want to end your turn there? That was a reaction, so at least no more opportunity attacks. If that helps. I should say it uses its reaction.
I'm trying to remember how much I moved. I think I can move back to here, okay.
Right. And I lied. It hits you 3 more times. As we end Sky's turn, we go to Cassius once again. Like the figure sort of like fleeing before you, sort of crouching down against the statue, not even turning to look at it, their eyes locked on you, confused. It's like you hear like the sound of battle, like clanging of axes and flesh like pounding against each other behind you, as the other one still sits in a daze. I'm planning to call it at the end of this.
I'm gonna move around and try to non-lethal this guy in the corner.
Okay. You run forward, battle axe, warhammer, but like the throbbing pain in your hand from before like causes you to like wince. The strike going wide, the man effortlessly like sort of ducking their head to the side.
That classic overback lock.
And again, another swing, but again, they sort of nimbly just dodge out of the way. The strike too slow to catch them.
Oh, glad I was here to participate, guys. Continue on.
Remember when you used to use Great Weapon Master to take that -10 or whatever? Or
We'll go to
-5?
Phoenix's turn once again, just on the other side of the doorway, hearing the sound of a melee brawl happening just beyond.
Aaron, dude, how do you keep managing rolling like this?
Yeah, Jimmy, show us what you put that +2 strength in for.
You mean that +1 strength?
Whatever, same difference.
Firebolt.
I wouldn't say that, but I mean,
Fireball.
It probably won't kill that one in the corner.
You know
He's
what?
not fighting us anymore because he's snapped out of it.
The one that's in the corner, I'm actually going to use Mind Sliver on.
DC 15, it will pass with a 15.
You need to roll a d4.
Not how the spell works.
Damage in the first time it makes a saving throw before the end of your next turn. It must roll a d4 and subtract the number rolled.
If it fails the save on this spell, it doesn't
Oh.
affect
Darn.
Damn it,
It'd
it's
be
No
Johnson.
shit.
very different if it. I mean, it would actually be useless. Like it rolls 1d4 less on saves against this spell.
Yeah, true. Alright, well, it still takes its damage.
It does not.
Did you actually read the spell, Jimmy?
Wait, it doesn't even take half damage?
No.
Jesus.
It always says it takes half damage on a failed save if it does.
It's the vicious mockery of intelligence saves.
Yeah, sounds like it. Alrighty. Now I got nothing else going on, so I'm gonna end my turn.
And we'll go to Charlie's turn.
Okay. God damn it.
Wait, this is the same initiative as before. Why did? Oh, because he was the spider. Oh, Velku hasn't been in this after Durgan killed the spider. Curse you, Durgan. Making me try and remember.
But it's just been
Well.
sulking after that.
Put on strike.
Wouldn't let me blow us all up with water. But yeah, since I can't non-lethal with just about anything I have. Or wait, well, first I'll talk to this guy right here and ask him, like, if he knows what's going on at all.
Zap the guy in the corner.
So you walk up asking the character like if they know what's going on. They sort of like flinch away as they look at you, and he just sort of like violently shakes his head from side to side. He sort of like manages to like half mumble, half stutter out something about being taken by spiders, and then he just starts like shaking his head again.
Okay, yeah, I guess they were the villagers that, we were told were dragged down here.
It was spiders. They put me in the hole. He starts like sobbing like loudly and embarrassingly.
Yeah, to be fair, if spiders did that to me, I might, well, I mean, first I would have shit myself, but,
If I went out front like a giant fucking spider pulled me into a well, yeah, I'd probably shit myself too.
Okay. But yeah, like, just to
Or have a
kind
heart
of,
attack.
help along non-lethaling the other guy down, because I didn't know, like, I couldn't look at him and tell how beat up he was until now.
Yeah, you like looking at them, you can tell like he's covered with blood, but he doesn't seem to be reacting to it at all, just sort of staring forward. They've taken a good hit.
Yeah, like, he's not about to keel over at any second, but my best Eldritch Blast could almost definitely kill him. So I'm not gonna risk my best Eldritch Blast. Instead, I'll do this.
I will cover my eyes and then cast Eldritch Blast with disadvantage.
Fuck 10. And everything about it.
You latch forward, like sending the thorn whip forward, it seems to like weave its way around Albin, but the man just sort of ducks to the side, sort of like bouncing against pushing himself against the wall and then bouncing back into his stance.
Well, I guess I'll just tell the guy, like, get out of this room. Like, probably away from the giant spider statues.
All right. So let's see here. So while you do your move, 5, 10, 15, 20, Rango can run up. Take up Thor's space for a second here. I try and knock some sense into this guy, like attacking with the blunt end of his rapier. Hey, he's gonna hit. He said to. Oh, his doesn't have the advantage toggle. Weird. I feel like everybody should have had that turned on by now. Let's see, 10 piercing. So like he runs forward, like bringing the brunt end of his rapier, slamming against the side of like the creature's, still like clacking it against the side of the creature's neck. One of the only openings he could get. Like you see it like stumbles, like lurching forward, and like begins to like retch violently, like vomiting onto the floor from the force of the strike. Like the weapon like clattering to the ground as it does, like as it looks up, like no longer in a daze, like now looking like confused. Sort of like reeling back, like it before, like leaning forward and like retching again violently onto the ground. This one's still in a daze. Albin is unsure what to do. He is going to ready a toll. He's going to walk up to this guy, and he will wait until he's given the okay to thwack him. That sound all right with you guys as a way to end it for the night?
Yeah.
Yep.
All
I
right.
forget, what was the guy that I CC'd, like, wielding?
You see, like he's standing there, like still, like holding it at attention. I don't think it says they drop their stuff, do they?
No,
Hey,
I don't think it does.
Did my fairy fire light up anything?
Oh yeah, it's lit up. You can see it lit up.
Yeah, what does everyone else see, though?
You can see it lit up.
Yeah, it's everything that Fairy Fire lights up is visible to anyone.
Yeah, so you see the freaky monster at the end of the hall. Room, I guess.
Yeah, and it's also probably a statue, like these two giant spiders right in front of us.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't reacted to having a bunch of light shoved in its face, so I'm assuming that is correct.
I'd say we
yeah.
smash the spiders afterwards.
We're gonna end it there for the night, guys.
Oh, certainly a session. Got our asses kicked a bit towards the end.
Well, CT did.
I got hit. This is bullshit.
Scrolling up to look at something.
At least I didn't accidentally kill that guy.
Right.
I'm pretty sure these guys are just being mind controlled.
I mean, hey, just because I need like 201 XP.
I had to step away from for a bit. Did they say they're when you were talking to them? Did they say they were from the village or something?
They're too busy panicking. They haven't said much.
All right.
Yeah, one in the corner is vomiting, and the one that I talked to just shook his head violently, saying no, he didn't know what was going on.
He did say that I said, he did mumble out like a word vomit that he was grabbed by a spider and like pulled down a well, and that was like the last thing he remembers.
Okay, so they are from the village. We may need to escort them out.
I'm wondering what that yellow box up there in
The
top
door.
of. Oh, okay.
And if we tell them we are been hired by the village, they may calm down a little bit.
Yeah, I've had to make the door markers like brighter and brighter until eventually you guys will recognize them as a doorway. Be like forced to.
They need to have neon signs on them that say door.
Oh, you know what, Chris? There you go. How's that?
Yeah, I think we could. Well, at least most of the party can identify doors if that's pointing at them.
I don't see it.
Door. I'm not sure what that means.
It sounds like something Swedish.
That you just write door and all the doors, obviously.
Oh, but what was that guy wielding again, Ilthus? Because, yeah, it said he didn't drop it in the spell description.
All right, he's got like a little hand.
He's building an assault carbine.
Well, that would make sense. Most Swedish drinks need to be assembled.
The Ettercaps really liked this one guy. He had a good look about him.
They probably ate their other villagers, for being honest.
The ones that hired us?
No, the other villagers that were dragged down here. I'm assuming this isn't everybody.
I mean, we wouldn't know.
I need to go to sleep.
Night, Durgan.
Hey, Durgan. So I went to Walmart earlier, and recently they've been selling these little hand-sized pies, 50 cents a pie. So I bought 4 of them.
Yeah, I used to get those all the time. I remember I used to like their sweet potato ones, but they got kind of shit over time. Oh, wait, no, I'm thinking of the pumpkin ones. The pumpkin ones got worse over time.
So sitting in front of me, I've got blueberry, apple, and cherry. Which one should I eat?
Apple.
Yeah, the apple ones are usually good.
All right, that's 2 votes for apple.
They also go good if you microwave them, but you'd have to take them out of the little tin plate for that.
I'll vote for cherry just to be contrarian.
I freaking hope John, Mr. Baker / cook, knows to take the tin out of the microwave.
It just gives it that extra sparkly taste. Any session where we take like a year off of Nurse's lifespan by making him laugh feels like a pretty good session.
Yeah, it was a great timing on that. Both times with that pit people music.
I love that song.
It sure is great having all these NPCs that we can make jokes with.
Got that second time though.
The other group hates it, but
Well, they're wrong.
Your other group hates what?
that song, the
Oh.
little victory song.
Doesn't your other group do like a serious storyline or something?
Yeah, I only play it when I'm making fun of them.
Just play, yeah, like run through Curse of Strahd or something and just play a much more fun version of Strahd. Just they complete some quest and he just shows up with a little box to play that song.
No, even better. He's Strahd, but he's like the teacher from Magica. Hello, I am Strahd, not the vampire. Please.
Like I saw this fucking image recently, like of Gandalf and Saruman had all this anime shit on him, and it just made me think of like that, but with Strahd and just a player character screaming at Strahd, "Strahd, get down here, you fucking weeb!"
We got Nurse Good again. Oh my God, CT! Somebody was selling this incredibly rare BOE item that only drops in Black Fathom depths and only from certain mobs in there for 1,000 gold.
Buy it?
Hell yeah, dude!
What
Behold,
is it? Wow. That's certainly 1,000 gold. It's made out of gold.
someone also put this on the auction house, and their bid was way too cheap, so I bought that too.
Oh, man.
I got it bid for like 1,100 gold.
That pole arm's ugly, but still, that's not bad.
I know. I was like, yeah, son. Auctions are a great way to get stuff really cheap.
I found the image.
Though apparently the stupid necklace goes past 80. What the hell? What's the point?
What necklace?
Ooh,
The
3% stamina.
the Azeroth one.
Oh, yeah, I don't think you get anything out of it either.
Yeah, it's like great. Why do I want to go to level 81? What's the point?
Does it boost your item level?
Sure, it gives more item level in the necklace, but who cares? Already 493. Maybe it'll go to 495 on the next one, and then it'll stop.
Hey, what's each increase of the bar worth? Like 0.5% DPS?
If that.
And one step closer to never having to go back to Black Fathom depths. You know, the neat part about that staff CT, it was actually an item that they removed, and then out of nowhere, one day, like after a patch, it was just showing up, like being dropped just in there. So everyone was like freaking out. And of course, I did like 50 runs of the place, never got shit. So I just sort of burned myself out on the vanilla dungeons real quick because they are just such fucking ass to run. Oh my God.
Well, that's why they had to like split most of them up into multiple instances in the dungeon finder.
Even then. There's still like so many vanilla dungeons where all I need are just like BOEs that only drop there. I need just logged onto now. And it's just such a bizarre thing. And like they have ass drop chances. They only drop from trash in these vanilla dungeons. And you know what? I hate them. I hate them so much.
Do you hate them more than vanilla world drops?
No, actually, vanilla world drops they pop up every now and then, and they're not even that expensive because people just don't even know what they are, and they just sell them half the time. I have a lot of the vanilla world drops. I'm pretty sure. Let me see.
I just kind of hate how a bunch of old armor sets from Vanilla and Burning Crusade, like, to be a full set, they require the world drop risks most of the time.
Yeah, I've got 93% of classic world drops. This is a staff that I used to have, but I guess I didn't count the transmog look for it, so that sucks. Hand of
Maybe it has
Edward
them.
the Odd. I think I sold one of these once, and I made a lot of money off of it.
Oh man, now you're making me remember Edward the Odd.
Muggo Hurt. Never seen that one.
He was a fucking weirdo. And they only ever made him an actual character in the fucking card game, but it's just like he had such fucking random pieces of gear named after him. I think it was like plate shoulders, like a cloth chest, and God, what all was it? And the card of him looked weird as hell.